Hey everyone, I'm Jordan and welcome back to Peak Adventures. Today I'm diving into the question, is it worth visiting Carowinds on July 4th? I spent the holiday at the park, and while there are fireworks and some festive touches, the experience might not be what you'd expect. Let's break down the crowd levels, food, atmosphere, and whether this holiday visit is right for you. Let's start with the main attraction, the fireworks show. Carowinds launched their fireworks at 9:30 p.m. with advertised viewing areas including Carolina Boardwalk, Carousel Park, and Celebration Plaza. But I found you can also get views of the show in Blue Ridge Junction and County Fair. The best spot is near the barricades in Carolina Boardwalk or Carousel Park that close off thrill zones starting at 8:30 p.m. Carowinds offered 3 specialty food items for the July 4th event: a patriotic parfait, an M&M Chimichanga, and an M&M funnel cake as part of their Star-Spangled Celebration presented by M&M's. These items are listed as available through July 20th, but locating them was surprisingly difficult. During the actual July 4th event, I tried to find these offerings but had no luck. There are no clear signs or menus directing guests to them. I asked a food and beverage employee and they didn't know either. I checked 3 different funnel cake stands and saw no mention of any specialty items. Later, I did get to try the M&M Chimichanga, which I found at the Burrito Cafe after the July 4th weekend concluded. The taste was okay. It had an interesting contrast between the chocolatey M&Ms inside and a cherry or strawberry drizzle on top. Personally, I didn't think the 2 flavors blended well. It was a decent treat, but not something I'd go out of my way to order again. Even then, when I tried to order it, the employee at the counter didn't know what I was asking for, which resulted in a supervisor coming over to confirm the item was available. I also spotted the M&M funnel cake, but strangely it wasn't available at a funnel cake stand. Instead, I found it in Camp Snoopy at Camp Cookout, which again wasn't advertised outside the restaurant, it was just kind of there. So while these items sound fun on paper, actually finding and trying them was unnecessarily difficult, and that took away from the experience. Moving on from food, let's talk about the park's ambiance during the July 4th event. There were 2 official photo ops in the park featuring the Star-Spangled Nights branding, which offered nice backdrops for patriotic pictures. Beyond that, the atmosphere was pretty minimal. There was no live music, no DJs, and no performers. Only the standard Carowinds shows throughout the day. The only festive audio came during the fireworks, and throughout the day, the park played recorded announcements thanking guests for spending Independence Day at Carowinds.
All American friends are waiting for you tonight as we celebrate Star-Spangled Nights, presented by M&M's, the most breathtaking 4th of July event around. The night sky will be painted with bright and colorful lights, and booming sounds will combine with patriotic music to create an unforgettable show for all ages. Don't miss your chance to see this unforgettable fireworks display tonight. And thank you for sharing your Independence Day celebration with us.
One small touch, the front entrance plaza did feature projected firework lighting on the ground, and the flagpoles located at the entry point, Avenues of the Carolinas, did have American flags on each pole instead of the traditional South Carolina, North Carolina, and Carowinds flags. But overall, the holiday vibe was pretty subdued. Crowds started picking up around 5 p.m., and by evening, wait times for rides were significantly longer than usual. Morning and early afternoon felt like a normal Friday at Carowinds, but by nighttime, it was packed. The parking lot and entry lines was also backed up fast. From about 8 p.m. to 9 p.m., traffic on I-77 became congested in both directions. Many people were parking across the street at Cabela's, so if you're arriving late, expect to wait a lot. Fortunately, the park didn't feel overly congested due to fireworks setup. Carowinds handled the flow pretty well by closing off Thrill Zone with barricades, and most guests had plenty of space to spread out before the show. People started claiming their firework viewing spots 1 to 2 hours in advance, sitting along midways, curbs, and benches. If you want my recommendation, stand next to Ricochet on either the left or right side next to Carolina Cyclone or the Carowinds Theater. These spots are right by the barricades and give you some of the closest and clearest views. Some of the advertised viewing areas, like the Celebration Plaza, do have trees or structures that partially block your view, but with a little repositioning, you'll find a good angle to see the show. If you're debating whether to watch inside or outside the park, inside offers the full experience, music, atmosphere, and proximity. But if your goal is to beat traffic, the parking lot works too. You won't hear the music, but the silhouette of Thunder Striker with the fireworks behind it is actually a really cool visual. Just know you're trading ambiance for convenience. You may be wondering, was there enough added to make the day feel truly special? Not really. Aside from the fireworks and a few photo ops, there wasn't much that made July 4th feel like a full-fledged event. Carowinds missed some big opportunities. For example, lighting up the Carolina Sky Tower in red, white, and blue would have been easy and on theme, especially since the tower itself is painted to resemble an American flag. A live band, DJ, or even repurposing the Snoopy's rooftop concert cast for a themed July 4th show could have made a huge difference. Even changing the colors of the uplighting on the trees in the park would have added to the ambiance. The potential was there, but most of it went untapped. So is it worth visiting Carowinds on July 4th just for the fireworks? Yep, the fireworks show is good and much better than local alternatives like the SkyShow in Charlotte, North Carolina, or Red, White, and Boom in Rock Hill, South Carolina. But who's it really for? It's best for locals or pass holders who don't mind the crowds and just want to enjoy a festive night at the park. If you're a first-time visitor hoping to ride everything and explore without long lines, I'd honestly recommend coming on a different day, even July 5th, which had the same fireworks show but much smaller crowds. Also, it's important to expect a traffic nightmare leaving the park. On July 4th, it took me 1 hour and 45 minutes just to get out of the Prestige parking lot. On July 5th, I left in under 15 minutes. So yeah, it's best to pack your patience, as any holiday event at a theme park will bring out the crowds. So, would you visit Carowinds for July 4th? Let me know in the comments and feel free to ask any questions you may have about the event. If you found this video helpful, give it a like and subscribe for more Carowinds updates and theme park content every week. Until next time, keep exploring with Peak Adventures.